Don't vaccinate. Protect our children. Don't vaccinate. Protect our children. Don't vaccinate. Protect our children. Don't. There are 3 types of people in the world that I think are okay to punch. Nazis, terrorists, and the people at school that think it's fucking hysterical to steal my shit when I'm not looking. What about anti-vaxxers, I hear you ask? Well, there's one group of people that I think should be shot in the knees, stabbed repeatedly, tied up, and thrown into a human-sized paper shredder. Does that answer your question? Anti-vaxxers are fucking idiots. These spawns of Satan are probably the reason Jesus hasn't returned to Earth. Actually, maybe he has, but he must have instantly died of preventable diseases as soon as he arrived. To fully convey my contempt for these happy accidents, I will split this video into 3 parts. Part 1. Yeah. Let's talk for a moment about other conspiracy theorists. Take the moon landing deniers, for instance. Sure, they're some of the toughiest shits in the world, but at the end of the day, they're not hurting anybody. In fact, sometimes they're the people getting hurt. The same goes for flat earthers, 9/11 truthers, you get the idea. Yeah, these people are degrading and a drag on society, but the harm they cause is minimal to none. As for anti-vaxxers, the lives of the people around them, especially younger ones, are actively threatened by their message. Many old, deadly diseases that are now all but extinct met their fate in part due to herd immunity. This means that if a large group of people are vaccinated against a certain disease, said disease would have nowhere to spread to, thus dying out. Even if some people are unvaccinated, as long as enough people around them are vaccinated, the disease will eventually die. The trouble with anti-vaxxers is that they're destroying herd immunity. This is having disastrous effects. Don't just take my word for it. Measles cases are on the rise in the US and other Western countries, no thanks to the dumbass anti-vax movement. What's even more frustrating is the fact that measles was basically eliminated in the US in 2000. These fucking idiots are causing measles outbreaks decades after the damn disease was already killed. They're making us go backwards. Imagine how embarrassing it would be if humanity goes extinct because of the mumps or measles or some other disease we already killed off. Alright, you keep your eye on him. If he moves at all, you slit his fucking throat. One thing that most anti-vaxxers have in common is that they're just assholes. They're arrogant, stuck-up pieces of shit who think they're way more intelligent than they are. A bill was passed in New Jersey last year that would basically make it more difficult for children to skip vaccinations. These parents promptly flipped the fuck out. It's important to note that vaccinations didn't even become mandatory or anything close to that. Parents were simply required to keep people like school administrators and doctors informed about their child's vaccinations. Anti-vaxxers must be pretty unreasonable if they're throwing a tantrum over such a minor bill. Similar acts were passed in Albany, likewise prompting outrage.
How many people in this room do not believe that the information coming from the Centers of Disease Control is correct about vaccines?
Just look at these people.
That there's nothing in Judaism that says that prohibits vaccination.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it fucking does, because if it didn't, then your opposition to vaccines would have absolutely zero justification other than stupidity. Oh wait, so the video that I used for those anti-vaxxers in Albany has some additional surprises. My friends, we are witnessing the degenerate anti-vaxxer in its natural habitat. This retard apparently only speaks in boldface and uses excessive amounts of barely relevant emojis. This dude does the same thing. He's apparently advertising what seems to be a measles party to intentionally infect children. You can't make this shit up. What a sad world we live in now. Imagine that you're a doctor in the mid-20th century. You're administering the polio vaccine to a grateful patient. While you're preparing your equipment, the patient blurts out, "Doc, in a few decades people are going to think that vaccines cause autism and avoid getting them entirely." You'd look at that patient in disbelief. There's ways to combat anti-vaxxers. Trying to convince them that they're wrong by providing evidence that conflicts with their viewpoint is pointless because they won't fucking listen. What we can do is pass legislation to indirectly oppose anti-vaxxers. We can fine anti-vax parents. We can deny them welfare benefits. We can kill them. Whatever we choose to do, the most important thing is keeping the movement contained and keeping those of us worth saving safe. Thanks for watching. Fuck anti-vaxxers.